If you guys can see my screen, then it's fine. Okay, I'll begin. Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, Venerable Master, Dharma Masters, and all good-knowing advisors, Amitabha. 诸佛菩萨、玄公上人、各位法师、各位善知识，大家阿弥陀佛。My name is William, and I am from the class of 2018. 我叫陈志远，然后我是2018年从培德南校毕业的学生。So today I would like to share about what I learned in CTTB and why I decided to return to Malaysia to study and why I chose Xiamen University, why I enrolled in the advertising program, and also my future directions. 那么今天我想要和大家分享我在万佛城和培德南校教会我的事，然后我为什么选择回来马来西亚读大学，为什么选择厦门大学马来西亚分校，为什么选择读广告，然后还有我的未来的方向。Well, throughout the 6 years I spent in the Developing Virtual Boys School in CTTB, I've learned one thing that I did not think I could have had the opportunity to learn anywhere else, and that is selflessness or altruistic. 那么我在万佛圣城里的培德南校度过的6年里，我学会了一些我觉得在别的地方是没有机会可以学到的，那就是无私心。Although there are many more things such as mantras, meditations, friendship, Buddhism that I learned in CTTB, this is the one that made me a better person, and is also one that helped me a lot even after I left CTTB. 虽然在这6年，我也学会了许多重要的知识，比如说经典、静坐、友情、佛教，但是无私心是我在离开万佛城后，让我成为一个更好的人。也在外面的社会里帮助我很多。So, first of all, selflessness or being altruistic, this is not something I learned in class, but through my observation of the actions from the people and my friends in CTTB. My classmates especially. Our teachers, our dorm teachers, Nakula and Mr. K, are volunteers who ask for nothing in return, but they do their best to carry this huge responsibility of taking care of 20 to 30 kids, while also having their other responsibilities to deal with as well. And there was never a moment in which I felt that they didn't pour 100% of their effort into us. They were always doing everything they could. So I'm extremely thankful for their care throughout these 6 years, and their actions have had a huge positive impact on me. 首先，我想要分享一下这个无私心。这个不是我在课室里所学到的东西，这个是我自己个人在观察身边的人的时候学到的，老师啊、朋友啊，特别是我的同班同学。那么我的老师，宿舍老师 Nakula 和 Mr. K 都是自愿来到宿舍里，尽全力去照顾我们20到30个小孩，青年。除了当我们的宿舍老师这个责任，他们每天还有自己重要的责任必须去承担，但是他们从来没有一次是没有尽全力的去照顾我们，每一次都尽量把最好的都给我们，所以我非常非常感谢他们这6年以来一直都没有离开我们，然后他们对我的照顾已经给了我一个非常深刻也非常正面的影响。Okay, now my friends in CTTB are also my teachers, and I want to talk about these two especially, who were so selfless, and I could never forget their kind actions towards not just me, but many others as well. Bohan and Marco, two of my cutest juniors but teachers at the same time, who helped me survive through physics class in my senior year. Although they were 2 years younger than me, there was no doubt that they were already 2 college degrees smarter than me. But still, while they could be doing something else, like reading their favorite novels, they spent so much time staying back in the library, sitting next to me, explaining how I could possibly solve this equation that I would never use in my life. And I am extremely grateful for them. And I could say I learned a lot from them. A lot, not just physics, but selflessness, of course. 我在南校教的朋友也是我的老师，特别是这2位非常无私、非常乐于助人的可爱的学弟，也是我的老师 Bohan 和 Marco。他们 他们帮助一个不是很会读书的我度过了一年非常辛苦的物理课。虽然他们小我2年，但我觉得他们已经比我读大学拿了2个文凭都，我就算读了大学拿2个文凭都不会比他们聪明。每个星期做完他们自己的作业过后，他们都可以选择去做他们喜欢做的东西，但是他们都会留下来，在一个冷冷没有暖气的图书馆，陪我这个孤单的小男孩，一个一个的解释给我许多我以后都不会用到的物理方程式。所以我非常感谢有像他们这样乐于助人的那么无私的朋友，教会了我很多。虽然不是那些物理方程，那些我已经忘记了，反而我只记得他们的无私心。那么，好像我说的，最重要 most importantly, my classmates, Tony, Eric, Shao, Kevin, Austin, Miguel, Alan, Michael, Joshua, Taos, Ricky, and Eric Chua. But due to the time limit, I could only talk about a few of you. Tony, a dear friend of mine since 7 years old, whom I never knew until we were 14, has made a lot of improvements in the school and especially the dorm through his actions. And he started the gym room in the dorm, was the main guy for the backyard renovation, and did a lot more for the school. Well, did he do all this for himself? He didn't. And he didn't brag at all either. He was always contributing and doing the most behind all these big projects. Renovating a rat infested room into a gym room so that the dorm students could become more conscious of their health, and the backyard renovation and even the pizza oven. It was a gift that we could give to Mr. K before we graduated. And after school, he would go to the backyard and fill in the concrete, the bricks, smooth out the benches all by himself without complaining or asking anyone for help. It was very selfless of him. 现在我想讲一下我在南校的同班同学们 Tony, Eric, Shao, Kevin, Austin, Miguel, Alan, Michael, Joshua, Taos, Ricky 和 Eric Chua。但是因为时间有限，我只能和你们分享几位同学。首先 Tony， 这一位是我7岁的同班同学，但是我到14岁才认识他。他是一位特别的同学，特别的朋友。他为了南校我们的宿舍做了许多改变，也建立了一个健身房，把我们宿舍的后园变成花园，也做了许多帮助学校的事情。那么这位同学完全没有炫耀自己做了多少事情，也不是为了自己的利益而做的，他一直都是最辛苦最努力把这些事情完成的人。有了健身房，宿舍生开始注重身材，注重健康，然后把后园弄成好看的花园，而且还有一个 pizza oven 披萨烤箱，是为了让我们在毕业之前送给 Mr. K 的这一份礼物。放学过后，他都自己会去后园开始工作，希望可以在毕业之前送给照顾我们那么多年的宿舍老师。他这个无私的动作教会了我很多。And another classmate that I would like to talk about, actually 2 of them, Kevin and Austin. They are the mom of our dorm, which means they are the master chefs. But not only are they good at cooking, they make food for us without asking for anything in return. So Kevin will spend time learning new recipes that he could make for us during snacks so that we get to try something new once in a while. So he tries his best, making sure everything has to go his way during the preparation so that he could make the best food for us. Now, Austin cooks almost every night and is always ready to share the food he makes. He would even walk all the way to the gym room at 10 p.m. at night to ask if I wanted some. So they're always giving. They never ask for anything back. So I really appreciate their food, not their food. I really appreciate their food as well, but also their selfless actions towards their friends. 那么我还想要跟大家分享我这2位同班的朋友 Kevin 和 Austin， 他们是我们宿舍里的妈妈，也就是说他们很厉害煮饭。但他们不只是很厉害，他们还很厉害和我们分享他们的美食。那么 Kevin 也时常会在网上查看有什么新的食谱，可以给我们煮更多好吃的美食，偶尔尝一下新的口味。Austin 他差不多每天晚上都在煮东西，每次煮完过后都会很愿意给我们吃，甚至有时还会晚上10点走到健身房问我要不要吃他煮的拉面。他们时常分享他们的美食，但是从来没有要我们给他们什么。我很欣赏他们的食物，我很欣赏他们的无私心，教会了我有美食一定要分享，大家才会开心。Well, this basically sums up the selfless acts that I've observed from all these teachers, and they have inspired me and taught me a lot as well. I wanted to elaborate on this point because it is something that has benefited me the most in my life and has changed my attitude towards people. As you may have noticed, the pictures of my friends that I use in this slides are the pictures taken while they're doing those selfless actions. Each and every one of their selfless acts has taught me the importance of being humble and why I should always give back. And this mindset has helped me overcome many difficult situations with a positive attitude. So 从这些老师们，我所学到的无私心帮助了我很多。我今天很仔细的分享了这个无私心，是因为这个真的帮助了我非常非常多，也让我对别人的态度带来了许多的改变。相信大家都有可能发现了，我用的这些照片都是当他们在做这些我提到的无私心的行为的时候拍下来的。他们的每一个无私的行为都让我明白了谦虚和感恩的重要。当我面对困难的时候，这个无私的思想能够让我正面的去克服它们。Now I'd like to continue to talk about why I decided to return to Malaysia to study. But before that, I would like to explain a little bit on how I came to CTTB in the first place. So the reason I spent 6 years at CTTB was to build a strong foundation as a human being, as a good person. After my dad visited CTTB, he came back to Malaysia and asked if I wanted to study in the United States. And of course, I said yes, but I ended up in somewhere that did not look like the United States at all. But in the city of 10,000 Buddhas, I have learned to become a better human being and learn what is right and what is wrong under the proper guidance of my teachers. 接下来我想和大家分享我为什么回到马来西亚读大学。但首先我想分享一下我一开始是怎么来到万福圣城的。我花了6年在培德南校，是为了成为一个更好的人，培养一个良好的人格，打好基础。当我爸爸从万福城回来过后，他问我要不要去美国留学，我当然说好啊。但是我怎么去到了一个完全跟我想象的美国不一样的地方？但是在万福城，我学会了怎么做一个更好的人，在老师的领导下，什么是对错。Now, why I decided to study back in Malaysia is because I believe that it does not matter which college I go to, I could still learn what I want, as much as I want. And also, I believe that I have siblings who have the potential to go study in other countries or even stay in the United States. So me going back to Malaysia will save my parents a lot of money. 那么我为什么回到马来西亚读大学？是因为我相信，不管在哪一个大学，如果我想要的话，我也可以学到很多。而且我相信我的弟弟妹妹有很多潜能，可以去外国，甚至是留在美国读大学，如果他们想要的话。所以我回来马来西亚读书，可以让我爸爸妈妈省下很多钱。Now, I'd like to share with you why I chose Xiamen University of Malaysia. The reason is very simple, being that I could see a lot of potential and opportunities there, coming from the diverse culture and the environment. As China's economy has become one of the top in the world, it would be a good decision for me to enroll in this university to learn more about it. 那么我为什么选择读厦门大学马来西亚分校呢？原因很简单，是因为我看到有很多潜能和机会。我在厦门大学遇到很多不一样的人，教会了我很多不一样的事。然后中国现在也发展能力也是也是在这世界上是排数一数二的。所以我进入这个厦门大学马来西亚分校，我可以学到更多关于中国。那么我为什么读广告呢？Now, why did I study advertising? Why did I choose to study advertising? It's because I wanted to learn about marketing and how to express myself in the right way, in the most effective way. And 那我为什么读广告系？为什么在厦门大学读广告系？是因为我想要学习营销，然后同时表达出我想要讲的东西，增强我的表达能力。那么我的 now I want to talk about my future directions. And in the future, I have two things that I really emphasize. One is doing what I love, and the second one is helping others, living a life that I could help other people. And 所以现在我想要讲一下我的未来方向。我非常注重两个东西，第一就是做我喜欢做的东西，我相信这个可以让我非常开心，得到有一个非常开心的生活。那么第二个就是帮助别人，我希望我以后的生活能够帮到很多人，能够做一些可以帮到很多人的一个工作。那么这个在我的 sharing, before I end the sharing, I would like to thank a lot of people from CTDB, the volunteers, and also my teachers and my friends, and the volunteers including Alan's mom, Tom's mom, Trent's mom, all volunteers who made really good food and also took care of us for the past 6 years, and also my teachers, my dorm teachers, Mr. K Nakula, my friends, and everyone for taking care of me and teaching me and helping me become who I am today. 那么在我结束之前，我想要谢谢在旺福城的 volunteer，然后在旺福城的老师、宿舍老师、我的朋友、我的同学，让我成为了今天的我。那么我的 sharing，so my sharing ends here. Thank you so much. 那么我今天的分享就到这里，谢谢大家。
William, who's that young guy? Was that you?
The young guy right here is me. Taken a picture of me taken accidentally when my mom asked me to look back. Hey, William, look back. Took the picture. So it's a very memorable and funny picture of my first year in CTDB.
How old were you?
I was 12 years old. I was 12 years old back then. So almost 8 years from now.
You want to say this in Mandarin so people will know?
Say what?
Say this in Mandarin.
那么这个照片呢，左边的这个照片是我12岁的时候，当我到万佛圣城的时候的第一个星期，开学的第一个星期，我妈妈帮我拍了一张照片。那么这个是2012年，所以就是8年前的事情了，已经过了好久了。
严法师 you want to say something?
杨老师，我这边因为他们在在做报告之中，我就暂时不插嘴了。
OK，
他是我印象比较深的是那个老大呢，在宿舍的时候其实是很喜欢帮同学的。他那个我从南校走到宿舍的时候呢，会经过他们那个community center， 他们都会好几个孩子在这边，有的时候时不时的会给他们那个剃头啊、剪头发。
剪头发，对，
给我印象很深刻。
yeah.
So
I could talk about the cutting hair thing, maybe. So it was I cut hair. I give haircuts to the dorm students and also teachers, including Ben, Mr. Chen, but unfortunately I didn't get the chance to cut Mr. K's or Nakula's hair. I cut Justin's hair though. So I give haircuts to my friends and some of the teachers and even some of the parents too. And I'm really thankful to all my friends who were willing to be my experiment when I started cutting hair back in sophomore year. So because back then everyone will only shave their heads. So I was like, let me learn and let me try to make you guys look a little bit handsome for when we perform, of course. And so I would cut hair about like 5 to 6 times every week because we have about 20 to 30 dorm students. And this is a way that I practice helping others and giving back in CTDB. So 那么我在万福圣城的时候也是有帮人家剪头发，因为 之前我们大家都是剪光头，我们只会剪光头。那么为了让大家比较好看一点，就是比较有一点点 style，因为大家都有自己的要求，我就学一下怎么剪头发，帮他们剪到他们想要的样子。所以不只是剃光头，还可以有一些 style，还可以有一些自己的风格。那么我有时候也会帮老师剪头发，学生剪头发，然后有些同学的家长剪头发。所以这个呢，我也非常感谢他们，让我体验，让我学习怎么进步我的剪头发的能力，让他们让我做他们给我做实验，在他们的头上面，是这样讲吗？好奇怪。
做白老鼠，
对，做我的白老鼠，对，做我的白老鼠，让我学习，同时让我学习，同时也让我帮他们弄得好看一点。
Very good. So Chi, you want to start?